Okay, so we're going to start with my project, and Jamie's going to critique mine first. So what I'm doing is still making a series of lamps to represent students whose art programs and school districts have been cut. And what I've been trying to deal with or work on next is how to get them involved a lot more, and maybe without the use of broken glass, but still keeping that brokenness idea involved in the project. So yeah.
Okay. So your idea at first had been to have glass underneath because you wanted to have some way that the audience could be participating.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you also have this idea of the lights going on and off. Right?
Yeah.
So, one of my thoughts was instead of using Christmas lights, is to use lantern hanging lights and to bring all the lights down so that your big cloud of lights is lower and people can walk around it, and I'm sure you can have it at all different levels, but then they can also flip the switches and make the lights go on and off.
Yeah.
Because your idea was for when art programs are cut, the light is out, and when they're on, and learning that, and people, an audience, you want the audience to feel audience to feel like they could make a difference. Is that true too?
Yeah, make a stand for what I'm trying to get across to them. Yeah.
But I know that you didn't like the idea of it being too similar to other things you'd seen.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know. I think audience participation is really important. So I really like that idea, especially with this, because you're talking about activism and you're talking about
exactly.
I don't know, involvement. So
if you want them lower, do you think they should be chest level to average height, or how low do you think?
Well, I would put them lower just so that your switches were at.
Some people aren't reaching super high.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know who will be there. It would be interesting to see if kids could, flip them too, and I don't know. They're pretty durable.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
definitely. They're not gonna just fall apart on somebody if it gets bumped or something. It'll be pretty sturdy.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the idea. Of getting rid of the broken glass underneath, I guess. Although if you brought them lower, I suppose you could create some kind of reflective element too.
Yeah.
But
I don't know why I'm so going away from that lately, but that would make it a lot more connective if it was down lower too.
But really, audience participation is the most important part. So how do we create that? That's what I mean. You could bring them down.
Okay, so one way to get interactive is the lights would have a remote connected to them that would change the flickering of the lights or the programming of it. So what do you think about that, if people could come up and have access to that remote?
Yeah, I think that could be an interesting idea. I mean, I think it's better because it's not quite as similar.
Yeah.
Or I don't know about better, but it's interesting because it's not the same as that other idea that the other artist used. But the one thing, I wonder if you could create, use the button, but create a case around it or something so that it says something different, but the button is still the one you push, or so that you, I don't know, so it feels more integrated to your project and not hokey or whatever.
Exactly.
Maybe that could work.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea too.
But I don't know. I think it's a really interesting challenge to create audience participation. I think it's pretty hard to do with artwork. So.
Exactly, which is one of the reasons I want for my project too. So that's making it a little bit difficult, but yeah, I think encasing is a really good idea though too.
Yeah. I wonder if you could do a little of both, some switches and some I don't know.
Yeah, some I can still keep constant, and other ones I can change too.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I might need to be doing that anyway if I get two different strands of lights or two different types too, how you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
So either way, it might need to be like that, so that could be possible.
Yeah. Well, it'd be cool to have different strands of lights just so you could have different clickers. Even.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. Well, might be thinking about that too.
Yeah.
I also had a question. What was it? With the fishing line, that's how I planning on hanging it still. And even if it's lower, I still think that could be successful, but it might be a little bit more obvious that it's fishing line if it's at my eye level. But maybe it might still be fine, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, if you're not going to use the switches and that's not important, then maybe you can just kind of create a stacked, many different levels. So then the
Yeah.
fishing line isn't. So the lower ones you can't see the fishing line because they're hidden by the
and like
bigger ones.
Yeah, because I'm also like I might like poke like a little tiny holes to connect like them together at some point.
Oh yeah.
Just to be like realistic, I might need to do that. So
Yeah.
even like how you're saying, like maybe like hang a little bit from another lantern too. So
oh yeah.
So yeah, like a small one, so it's not weighing it down or something.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good luck. Okay, my name's Jaymie, and Courtney is going to critique my thesis project. My project is dealing with or exploring contradictions, the deep internal contradictions that happen when our greatest fears and deepest desires kind of conflict. So I have a couple or multiple mannequins that I'm working on, but this one right here has a metal armor on it, and the idea is that we really want to connect with people, but often we protect. We put armor on ourselves. So my idea here is to have the mannequin covered in armor, but then to have a hand extending to the viewer and have the hand exposed. The armor has fallen off of it. So another one is this one back here with all the holes in it. That one's about how our greatest wounding can also be our greatest gifts. And so the wounds are here, they're pretty literal, and so I've been trying to figure out how to show gifts. So a couple of my ideas are about putting honey and honeycomb and letting honey drip out of the wounds, and others have light shining out of the wounds. So maybe you can just kind of give me your feedback about how you think that, if those work, if those concepts are clear, if the metaphors work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, starting with the rusty metal one, I think that one definitely, if you even look at that and not even read anything, you can tell that could be an inner contradiction. So personally, that's what I'm saying, because you can see it's covering up, but it's also protecting, doing exactly what you're saying. And the reaching out part, I think, could make it even stronger than it just being beautiful, kind of. You know what I mean? Because right now, it looks gorgeous, and it's so interesting with all the different textures and stuff. But I think also with the arms stretching out, it could make that showing that something is inside that you're trying to get out, which I think is one of your goals throughout it too. That's what I think, at least. Yeah. I had a question though. Do you think you're gonna use the mannequin arm for it, or are you gonna? I saw you making molds and stuff too. Are you gonna do clay, or what's happening with that?
Yeah, I want the hand to feel as human as possible. Okay. So I actually cast my own hand.
Gotcha.
And I haven't had a chance to try it yet. It's still drying the plaster mold, but I'm gonna make it in clay.
Okay, awesome.
And see how that works.
And white clay too, or
I think
to match
so. Well, one of the things I want to do is maybe dip it in an encaustic, because that has a real fleshy feel to it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I just want it to feel human. I want it to feel more relatable, not cold.
Yeah. Which that's a good idea, especially and that's contrasting itself too. I feel because the mannequin body's so harsh and plastic, and clay is much more organic from the earth, legitimately dirt from the earth. So I think that's a good. I know I saw that in there. I thought that was good. Also, I was wondering how are you gonna attach that, or how are you gonna the metal, is it gonna be on top of the encaustic as well, or inlaid, or or have we not gone that far? Or
well, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna attach the arm to the mannequin. I'm planning. I'm hoping to save myself, because I'm gonna, whatever the attachment is, it can be crude and underneath, and then I can cover it with armor.
Oh, okay, true.
Kind of cover it with the rusted metal and hide that. Mm-hmm. And so the arm that I cast is to here, so that should give me some room to work with. Yeah. I'm hoping.
And even detaching it, that sounds kind of weird and eerie, but I don't think that's a bad idea, because if it has the armor on it a little bit, you can tell that it's a part of that piece still, even if it's hanging with fishing line, or even if that might not be possible. You know, just you could, as long as it's a part of the piece, I feel that would even be a good idea too, if that becomes a problem, to try to attach it. But especially with this one too, I just was one question, what is your use of honey being a gift?
I think that one's a little weaker.
It would be beautiful. That's just But it could be a gift too. Like for bees, it's like that's their greatest prize kind of thing. So you could like get that across.
Yeah, I think I was thinking like more ancient cultures.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Like the sweetness. And
yeah. Oh, there you go.
So,
yeah, but the light too. Like all of those would be. It makes it very prominent. Like you already can tell. Like okay, something so pure has been like abrupted with and stuff like that, and tampered with, and the light would make that literally shine even more. So I think those are both really strong aspects to it too. Are you planning? I know you're probably gonna like redo this one, but are you planning on keeping this like stark white? Because I know that's one of the reasons why you have this medium too. But or are you gonna cover it up? Or
yeah, I was thinking about putting encaustic on that one too.
Oh, okay.
Just because again, like having the fleshy, like more human feel to it.
Yeah.
So, and I think encaustic has a lot of possibilities for creating wounds too. That could be really cool.
Yeah.
So
definitely, and more of that heat aspect to it too. That's already going on with what caused a lot of that to happen too.
Yeah.
But I like where you're headed. That's for sure. So
thanks.
All right.